Okay. Yep. It is Weekend Weebs, episode 46, October 9th, 2023. I'm Alonzo here with Jason, and we got a week of, I guess a short week, a small week, but not really, because it's kind of condensed 2 weeks together. Um, how'd you feel about the Bleach finale?
It didn't feel like a finale, but
Yeah,
it
it really
was
didn't.
alright. When you said it was a finale, I was like, "What?
Yeah.
That was a finale?" I
Like,
didn't realize it was two
what did it
episodes
feel
that came
like?
out too. Uh, I don't know, like just the beginning of, I guess, the last stretch of the arc. I don't know.
It kind of felt like where you would probably have liked the season to start off at,
Yeah,
if anything. Like it was kind of like a teaser. It was like a season of not really a lot of serious stuff happening, and then at the end, the last 2 episodes is a bunch of serious stuff that I may have wanted for the rest of the season, but instead I got for the last couple episodes, and now they won't be back until 2024. So
oh, it
did
won't be back
you?
until next year.
Yeah, which isn't far away. I don't know exactly what month, but it just said 2024.
Okay, okay.
How'd you feel about the season in general?
Um, it was okay. The part one was better. To me. Um, yeah, part one was better. The finale was meh. I guess it's because like we did get to see like Squad Zero and everything, but at the same time, it's like they just introduced them. I don't know if they were like a huge part of the show prior to now. You know what I mean? I don't know if they were
They
mentioned.
weren't in it. They weren't in it.
Okay, so like I guess it's cool to see like how strong they were and stuff, but I don't know. For me, it just was like, The first, it just it was a huge drop off in terms of urgency and seriousness to me compared to part one, because I was like, okay, 1,000 Year Blood War. Going into it, I didn't really watch much of the old stuff. Like I knew general knowledge, like basic stuff. Like I know what Bleach is, I know some of the characters, but going into this, I'm like, okay, this is the last arc. It's about to be all out war. The Quincy's just freaking, invaded, killed their captain, and just started the war. Basically, like, yeah, we're here and it's time to go. But then when they show up again, it didn't really feel like. I mean, at the start, I guess it kind of felt like, okay, they probably are gonna win. Obviously, I know they're not gonna win. Like, let's be real, it's an anime. The main character and his team always wins. But I did think they were gonna make it a little more high stakes. It doesn't really feel like anybody is really dying. Like a few people died, but they're still alive in zombie form and they can still think technically. I don't know. I don't know. I was expecting more casualties and more fights of the caliber of what we first seen when they showed up originally. So yeah.
I think the first season was better in terms of seriousness, story, probably animation, at least for the entire season put together. Even though this season had, I guess, technically a lot more fights.
Hmm.
I don't know. I might give animation to this season, but that Yamamoto fight was really good in the first
Yeah.
season.
It was really good.
And I don't really think anything this season topped that
Was
fight.
anything near that, yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
even with the last fight with Yawich versus oh dude, it was just kind of like, all right, it wasn't really back and forth. It was just Yawich getting trashed.
yeah.
Like it was, like it wasn't any kind of back and forth really. Um, and you were right about him being his son of the Soul King.
Oh
I
really?
think they kind of said that. Like, I don't know if they said it because remember we were talking about it when they had like a little flashback when they were at the table talking to each other, and he was like, "I'm taking your or he was like, I want to speak to father or something like that." or along those
Yeah.
lines and stuff like that. So I did get clarification from James that he is the son of the Soul King. I also
Okay.
find out what his true motives are. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, um, as well. But
Okay. Is there a
he has good
timeline for
reasoning.
when I'll find that out?
Yeah, yeah. He has good reasonings. I don't want to spoil anybody. That's why. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Most of the people that listen to our show probably actually read the manga anyway, or if they are into anime, they already probably know because it's been so
Yeah.
long. You know what I'm saying? So, do you
Most
mind if I
people,
say?
um, I
It's
feel
up
like
to
I
you. Like I won't
personally
say
would
it.
like to wait,
Okay,
just
okay.
as me, because I'm not gonna read it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll just wait to find out. But yeah. And I think it was a little bit, not even a little bit, a lot, not a lot. I'm not even wording this grammatically right. Um, I feel like it was very hard to make all these characters and then make them feel important at the same time.
Yeah, in such a short time too. But they were saying,
Yeah.
I was seeing a lot of people saying that he was using the anime as a way to like rectify some of the writing mistakes he made during the manga, or just make certain characters feel better. Cause I was just reading that from like some comments about people talking about it, saying like he's really doing justice with some of these characters, even though like me reading that, I'm like, really? Because Grimmy kind of was just like, I feel like he could have been a huge part of the Quincy's plan, and he could have played a bigger role, specifically with his power. Um, but it seemed like he was just there just to be there.
Yeah. Like some characters, like Grimmy, for example, information was taken out.
Yeah.
And then some things, stuff was added. And I think it was interesting what they decided to add and take out. Because, like, I would have, like, for example, like, I would have taken a few more seconds of the actual Grimmy information. I would have taken that over some of the animated things that wasn't in the manga at all,
Hmm.
just to do them. Like, for example, like the gun, like the Byakuya fight against 3 Quincy's. I probably would have traded some important Grimmy information for some of those fights, even though it was cool. And I think I also read that the Bankai for the fabric lady was
Hmm.
not in the manga, but they put that in the anime.
Like her beating the Quincy's top guards, that one.
Yeah,
Oh, when they like killed themselves to allow for full power.
yeah,
Okay.
like that wasn't in the manga, but they put that, and I'm not mad at that. I thought that was pretty cool,
Yeah, I think that's
animation
what I
wise.
was. I think that's where I got what I said from when I was like, I think they were talking about that previously about how they actually showed the strength of like Squad Zero when they actually go all out. Because I guess previously it was just like all rumors, or they would be like, yeah, or people would talk about like, yeah, if Squad Zero used all their power, it would shake all, like the Soul Society, Earth Realm, and Hueco Mundo all at once. Like everybody would feel it, and they gotta like hold back. So I guess he did that to like actually showcase like, yeah, they're actually this powerful,
Yeah,
which was like kind of cool. But her thing was like, I don't know. It seemed like the Quincy just lost. I'm gonna be honest. It feels like the show is
yeah, I'm
over
confused.
technically.
How does that impact the story?
Like because realistically, Yawich lost all his. He cut his power in half, right? And then he took away his name and he made him an ant, the king of ants. Um, so it's like based on his Bankai, if that's really what it does, then he should be powerless. I don't know how he will get any power back. And then not only that, but he did like basically all the Quincy's who were still alive. He can like revive any Quincy he wants. He can take powers from other ones and give it to the ones that are dead, who he finds the most powerful, or the ones that should, accept the power or should have the power. But at the same time, it's like two of the people who were getting their power sucked away kind of just was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So it's like, I don't know,
Yeah, I
you know what
didn't
I mean?
really
Like,
get that. I
yeah, I'm like,
thought,
what? How can you say no to this? I feel like this is just like he picks and choose, and if he feels like you're disposable, then you're disposable. Like, how are you gonna go against his will? You know what I'm saying? That
That
was kind of weird.
also confused me. I didn't know if maybe they just like evaded the beam and then now they're good, or like they just
But it
slow
was like
down the
what, Brass B?
process.
It was Brass B and the zombie girl. They were both in the
Yeah,
beam, and they're like, I'm not dying or something like that. I'm not. And then they had the weird like fan service thing. Like, I'm like, what is
yeah,
going on?
that
I'm like,
was.
what is happening? Like, what the heck? Like, what?
And the anime made that worse than in the
Yeah, I'm
manga
like,
too.
bro. I'm like, what? Because it didn't it just cut. It literally cut from them fighting to just. I'm like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah,
what?
that was weird. Um, and then yeah, and
Oh, we
then
didn't see him come back to life.
yeah, that's the thing. Because in the anime they
He
show
got killed
them
by
fighting.
yeah,
Yeah,
he got killed by what's his name?
so I don't know. I don't know how
Ruki's
it
brother.
affects canonically, but he's like, yeah, it's over. And I didn't think they had a choice in the matter, so I don't
Oh,
really
but
get
he
that.
got zapped, so he dies anyway. So he got his powers taken away in here.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, which is pretty cool. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's so
how do you
powerful but
feel?
so trash at the same time. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
the means of him doing a lot of this stuff could have been easily done by himself if he just absorbed all of their powers and just like wiped out whoever he need to wipe out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, because it
like
seems
why
like
does
him
he keep
alone.
people around at all?
Yeah, yeah. Why does he even keep people around? Like, why is he giving these people? Because it's all his power. Like, literally, it's all his power that he's just dispersing throughout people. So it's like, why don't you just keep all of this, and why didn't you just show up and just trash everybody in this like Soul Society and force Squad Zero to come down or open the gates, to protect the. But this could also go back to like what his true reasoning is, which you'll find out later. Um, but he could have just trashed, because the whole point of the Soul Reapers is to protect the Sarate, right? So he could have just destroyed the Sarate, and then Squad Zero's like, well, the Sarate's gone. Like, even though our thing is to protect the Royal Palace, our first job was to protect the Sarate. You know what I'm saying? That was our first
Right.
and foremost job. And then, oh, actually, thinking about it, I actually kind of do think I know what they're gonna do, because if Yawich has no power, I feel like Aizen is going to take this opportunity to do some stuff, probably.
True.
So that's probably what's going to end up happening.
I do know I was spoiled on something about Aizen, but obviously I won't say that.
So yeah, but I don't think Yawich is done. I think
I don't think
because
it's done
Aizen was like,
either.
we're gonna cross paths anyway. So I feel like Yawich is kind of just in this place where he needs, I guess,
I don't know. I
help,
don't think he
and
was really beaten. I just can't see the main villain getting
losing
beat
like that. But this dude
halfway
is
through
super
the
strong
arc.
though. I mean, this is halfway through.
I mean, it's
It's
only
two
the
more
second
seasons.
part out of yeah,
It's 4 parts.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's not really. I don't know. It's not really. Part 1 was really good. Part 2 is just like, all right.
It's gonna be like three. I mean, what was it, like 4 or 5 months in between the first part and the second part, or something like that?
Yeah,
You might change your mind by the time it comes around.
we'll see.
See what else is out.
We'll see.
We'll see, man. Maybe this
I
arc,
think Tower of
it's
God is coming
sophomore
back.
slump. Might be a sophomore slump.
You haven't seen Tower of God, have you? We gotta pick our next animes anyway. But
I think I want to give Undead Unluck a try.
oh yeah. That can definitely be on there. Yeah, but we still
And
need like
then
what, 2 more.
need one more. Kenshin's gonna go on
Kenshin's gonna go for a while.
for
Yeah,
24
JJK
episodes.
is gonna go on for a little bit longer too.
So we just need one more new one. I mean, who
Oh, you
is your
think Zom's
favorite?
gonna come back?
I would hope so, but I have no faith. I think it will come back eventually because they're not really giving up on it per se. At least on a
Yeah.
social media side, like they're still posting about it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna come back. They just haven't announced it. Who is your favorite Squad Zero member?
Probably the dude that creates the swords.
He was also my favorite from like a voice actor standpoint.
Yeah,
The
very
number one
eccentric.
Zanpakuto creator.
He spoken English too. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, he was funny. In terms of powers, we haven't really seen the hot. Well, really, the
I
only
think they're
one of-
all the same strength. I think they just literally split up their powers. Is that what you're about to ask?
No,
Except
I
this
was
dude.
gonna say like my favorite power out of all of them.
Oh,
Well, technically, I guess we haven't seen.
we did see all of them though. We saw all of them. We didn't see their Bankais.
Yeah, like we've only seen 2 Bankais
Yeah,
out of 5.
yeah,
But I think from what we have seen, I think it's just amazing to me that he didn't put her Bankai in the manga
yeah.
or any
But
of the Bankais except this guy's.
and his is pretty cool. His is really
Yeah.
strong.
And I guess his isn't really his full power either. Because that was the thing, like they killed themselves, but this guy was still around.
Yeah,
So like they still had to be lowering or splitting power at some
at this point, yeah.
amount. Yeah. But I really like his power. Like what even is it? It's just like he can just rewrite things or erase.
He can rewrite, yeah,
idea
basically
of
everything. The definition of what something is, he can change it at his will.
So like when he rewrites,
Because he took his arms, he was like, I cut your arms in half. And he like rewrote he literally just took half of the name of his arms up.
Just
And then
R.
he had, yeah, and then he just had 50% of his strength. And then he was also like, I'm going to remove your name. And that took like all his power or something like that. And he was like, actually, I'm just going to cut it in half. And then he took all the black from everything.
Yeah, I didn't really
And
understand
then-
that.
yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just like, I don't know. And then he wrote in white his new name and stuck it on him. So I guess like him taking all the black is like his way of like retconning or just like blacking out, someone's existence, and then whatever he writes in the white is what they are now. And then he also had giant hands and giant limbs and like
Yeah, that was cool.
he's basically like God, bro. I'm like, what the heck?
Basically,
Like, what does
that's why I'm so
what does the Soul
confused.
King? Yeah, like, what does the Soul King do? And I think we saw the Soul King. He was like in a little orb, but it just looked like a outline of a body.
Yeah,
So
like when they erase, see, like okay, he says Your Majesty. So I thought maybe like when he blacked him out and like erased his name, I thought maybe that meant like erasing his existence from like
no, I
everywhere.
think he still exists, but he said he's gonna make him the King of Ants. That's his new name, the King of Ants.
Okay,
That's what it said in the anime, at least.
so maybe it just makes
Or the King of
Yowich
Bugs.
forget his name.
Yeah, he was like, and he also erased the knowledge of who he is,
Yeah,
which I feel like he could have just stopped right there, because like and he doesn't know who he is, so he probably doesn't even care about this. And he's probably like, why am I here? What am I doing here?
yeah. I was just wondering if that erased that for everyone or if it was just for him.
For him, yeah.
How do I say? Am I low?
Nah,
Okay, I'm good.
yeah.
On my screen, it just come down low. But I think that's all I got for the Bleach,
Bleach,
finale.
yeah, same.
We get introduced to Yoruchi's sister for a second.
Yeah, she was coming with like a bunch of tools or a
Or
bag of.
gifts or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she was like, she left with me. I brought other stuff to help. And then what's his name was like sus about it. He was like, yeah, they might not be there when we get there. And they were like,
Oh.
you haven't changed. And he was
You're
like,
hard.
yeah, he was like, our duty is to protect the Serite, not save lives. But I feel like Urahara is just always sus, but not in a bad way, just like being
He's
mystique,
always,
like very.
step ahead.
I don't like, even when he says stuff, like he'll say it in ways where it's just mysterious, but it's not ill intent. It's just like, yeah, like you said, like a step ahead. Like, I don't know.
Because they were supposed to wait for them and then they didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I don't even know why they're going up there. Honestly, it seems like they have it handled, but obviously some more is going to happen. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, really, they're only going up there to get what's his name back, and obviously fight Yawich if they have to. But it seems like the sole purpose of Ichigo, Chad, and Orihime is just to get what's his name back.
Yuryu.
Yeah.
But I mean, Yuryu might be dead. Oh.
I don't know. At the end, it didn't look like he died, and he was like going to sleep. The other ones looked like they were actually like getting clapped by her Bankai. But yeah, we'll see what's up with that.
Yeah.
And I kind of expected them to come back to life. Like, it's no way they just showed up and then just died. Like the blonde dude, the
They done
Viking
died
one.
like twice now.
Yeah, I'm like, bruh, like, cause he didn't really even show his true power. They still really didn't show their true power. The
I
only
think
one that
that's
really showed his true power was the sniper guy, to be honest, and the
yeah.
blood dude, the dude that can rewrite or change your blood, or he
We didn't
can.
even talk about him.
Yeah, his power is kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. It's like cool, but
Yeah.
it's like, all right, bruh.
That's what I'm saying. Like too many powers. I feel like it was just
Yeah.
too much to write all that and think of something interesting for each and every one of them.